Hey everybody, how's it going? Right here, we've got a Homelite 420, as you can see. It's from 1958. It has a 21-inch bar, but what the main focus of today's video is the half-inch chain. Can I get the number there? Might be on the other side. I'll show everybody. There you go. Number 10, AC Oregon chipper chain. Now, I have a lot of half-inch chain. Got some more. I've got a 30-inch loop over here. This is number 9, which is also, so you can see, chipper chain. That's half-inch. Got another loop over here. Also, chipper chain. Chipper chain. And all these gear drives take half-inch chipper chain. I've actually got another one down there. So, I wanted to do a sharpening video today. This mainly applies for half-inch chain or mainly chipper semi-chisel chain. Now, the thing you have to understand about chipper chain is it was marketed a long time ago. This is from the 50s, everybody. This is the original bar and the original chain that came with this saw from the factory. You can see, if you can get your tooth to look like that, that's chipper, everybody. That's not half-inch, or sorry, it's not full chisel or semi-chisel. That is original chipper chain. This is how it's supposed to be sharpened. You want a point like semi-chisel. For an example, over here, this is a Homelite 360. This is semi-chisel chain. This shiny bit right here, excuse me, not camera, that is the semi-chisel. It's bent right over. Some of them are more aggressive profiles, but you can see there's a big, you can see almost there. There you go. It's rounded. Unlike, here, let me see if I can find full chisel chain. Go down to here, where you see the bracket. It's a square, allowing for square filing. But when you're dealing with half-inch chain, the main thing you want to get here is the point. It doesn't matter about the angle. You definitely want a nice sharp 35-degree angle. And so I'm going to show you guys real quick how I do it. So I take my saw, I put it up on a bench, or if I'm on a log, I'll actually run the saw. I'll cut a little relief cut into the log so I can just keep the bar stable. Or if you have a log vise, that's also a good thing to have. But if you can't, just cut a piece right there. And see if I can do this in terms of filming. I will go ahead and get this vise, and then I'll show you everybody. Here we are. Now we've got ourselves focused up on one tooth, and it's kind of hard to see from this angle, but also here, I don't know if it'll focus. I've got a 1/4-inch file. For half-inch chain, 1/4-inch file is what you're gonna want most of the time, unless the chain is almost extremely wore out to the point where it's almost unusable, then I will swap to a 7/32 file. And actually, I will keep this on hand because sometimes the teeth on these chain, people over the years have sharpened them differently. One will be smaller than the other, for say, and the 1/4-inch file might be too big to fit in there. As you can see, 7/32 fits in just fine. But 1/4-inch takes more material, and you can see it completes getting in there. So, the key to getting your point looking like this over here is the angle of your file. If you have the file like this at almost a 10-degree tilt, sure, that may work on semi-chisel, or sorry, full chisel chain, full comp, but it doesn't work on rounded point bits. When you have rounded point, like this, you're going to want a 35-degree angle. You can look this up in the chainsaw manual too. They recommend 35 degrees. So what I like to do is I go 90 degrees or about, then I go about 45. 45 is a little too much, so I back off just a hair and boom. You've got 35 degrees or just about. And you're going to want to sharpen them almost to the exact same point. Maybe you can find an object for reference, but I go about here. Once you do that, if you have the correct file, you should eventually get something like this. You can see the quarter, or sorry, that's the wrong file. You can see file fits perfectly in here. Fits on the top. I might have used a smaller file. There you go. File fits perfectly in there, and it's at a 35 degree. Once you do that, you can get a nice sharp bit, and you won't be cutting like how I see a lot of people cutting with chipper chain, which is dull, and unfortunately, everyone thinks that it's just bad chain. And number one, it's old. So if you ask any old logger or anybody, they're probably not even gonna know about filing this type of chain. So I just wanted to put a video out there. I've been getting better at filing over here. I've got a couple videos up, and eventually get something where you've got this nice loop of chain, and it's sharp, but it's at the perfect angle where it'll cut nicely on an old saw. You can see the point there. You can see the top plate angle there. You can see the bit. So anyways, main thing, get your file at an angle. I learned this a couple months ago, or sorry, almost a year ago. When I first got in the 1/2-inch chain, I was filing like this, 20, 25 degrees, because I was used to just not really caring about, what's it called, full chisel chain. It doesn't matter what the top angle plate is, it'll get sharp anyway. But if you go like this, eventually the top plate angle won't be enough. So get your file, get in there, get the point. You'll have yourselves a nice sharp chain. Once you lower your raker by a country mile on this one too, get it down to about 35, maybe 40 thousandths, and you've got yourself a nice cutting chain on a gear drive saw. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I have a lot of chainsaws. It may be a little messy. I have a lot of Akolas, a lot of Homelites. I've even got a lot of Homelite stuff here. I will actually show you guys. Here's the standard operating procedure. On the page for sharpening. Let's see where it is. There we go. On this page, 35-degree angle. See this? Vertical edge. Keep side cutting of the edge vertical. This permits easy feeding into the cut. It also makes the chain stay sharp longer. It's a more rigid edge. This is very old. You don't really want that. You're going to want more of a scoop to match this file, the rounder point, which is why I have this. They do have a good point. That one's probably a little too far back, but that is probably what they're looking for. Pretty straight up. It's not perched too forward, and the 35-degree angle will get you that bit that you can see right there. This also has the raker settings, and look, this actually has them at 45 thousandths to 50 thousandths. Hardwood, softwood, 45 thousandths, and this is for a number 10 Oregon chain. This is crazy. I didn't even know that. So anyways, if you have any questions on anything, how to file, how to get sharp, look up a couple videos. I definitely highly recommend Bucking Billy Ray, or BBR. He's goes into great depth. He has probably hundreds of sharpening videos. You go into any video, he's probably sharpening a chain. So if you need experience, go to him. I'm gonna keep working on this saw. Everybody have a good night.